vanished before sunrise. He ran into the woods, and then he was just gone. What happens when someone disappears in front of witnesses, and no one can explain how? October 5th, 2018. A quiet morning in the Idaho wilderness. A young man working on a film set runs into the woods without a word. No warning, no camera rolling, just the sound of his footsteps fading into the trees. And then, silence. This is the story of Terrance Woods Jr. and the mystery of what happened in the forest before sunrise. Terrance was 27 years old, a production assistant. He had worked with major networks, smart, quiet, focused. When he took the job in Idaho with a UK-based production team, no one thought anything of it. It was just another assignment, filming a ghost town deep in the wilderness near Orofino, Idaho. The shoot was for a documentary about abandoned mines. Nothing too strange, until the last day. Crew members later said Terrance seemed off that morning. Quiet, distracted, nervous, not like himself. At some point, he borrowed a walkie-talkie, then turned it off. A small detail, easy to miss, but it was just the beginning. Around 3 p.m., he was helping load gear into a van. Everything seemed normal. Then, without a word, Terrance suddenly sprinted into the forest, down a steep embankment. Fast, silent, disappearing into the trees. At first, everyone thought he just snapped. Stress, exhaustion, a prank. But when he didn't return, concern turned to panic. Crew members followed, but the terrain was rough. Thick woods, steep drops. They lost sight of him almost immediately. They called his name. No answer. And from that moment on, no one ever saw Terrance Woods Jr. again. Within hours, local authorities launched a full search and rescue operation. Dogs, helicopters, ground teams. Over 9 days of searching. Not a single trace, no clothes, no gear, no scent trail, nothing. One of the most experienced trackers said it was like he vanished into the ground. Even stranger, Terrance wasn't carrying anything. No backpack, no phone, just a hoodie, jeans, and light shoes. Not exactly the outfit for running into dense wilderness. Terrance's family immediately felt something was wrong. They say he would have never just run like that, never leave without explanation. They also questioned the production company's version of events. Why wasn't 911 called sooner? Why was the crew so quick to assume he'd left voluntarily? There were whispers of inconsistencies, small things, but enough to raise eyebrows. Some people close to the family started asking, was Terrance running away or running from something? As the case dragged on, theories began to build. Wild animal? Unlikely. There would have been evidence. Got lost? But in less than 2 minutes? With no trail? Foul play? No signs, no motive, just rumors. And then, the strangest theory of all, the forest itself. Locals say the land near the ghost town is strange, unstable, heavy with history. Some claim people have gone missing there before, that the trees move, that time warps, that once you enter too deep, you may not come back out. There are parts of this story no one talks about. Unconfirmed claims, unlogged calls. One crew member said he heard someone calling for help the day after, from deep in the canyon, but they never found anything. Another swears they saw someone watching them from the tree line, but when they looked again, no one was there. The police have no evidence of wrongdoing, no physical clues, just a missing man and a wilderness that keeps its secrets. Today, Terrance Woods Jr. is still missing. No official explanation, no closure, just a family still waiting, and a legend that grows stranger with every year. He ran into the woods and never came back out.